So let's talk about boardroom mode. And look, we're not just talking about some new feature or tool here. We're really exploring a fundamental shift in M&A strategy. This is all about how a totally new class of AI can finally start to think, to reason, and yeah, to act like a senior partner in the room. Okay, that is a pretty bold statement, right? But I'm willing to bet for anyone who's actually lived through a deal cycle, it probably rings true. The way we do things now is just riddled with friction and, frankly, inefficiency. Let's break down exactly why.
So, what's really going on? Well, first, there's this intelligence gap. We are literally drowning in data, but starving for any real, actionable insight. And that, of course, leads to value leaks, missed opportunities and slowdowns at every single stage. But maybe the most painful one? The capacity drain. Think about it. Your top talent, your senior partners, are spending over a third of their time on administrative busy work instead of high-level strategy. It's a huge waste.
But here's the thing. We are at this massive inflection point. And this isn't just about another productivity tool. No, this is about deploying AI as a new, distinct class of labor. And the key to this whole shift is understanding a really fundamental difference in the technology itself.
And this is where it gets really interesting. On one hand, you've got generative AI. We all know it, right? It's reactive, it creates content, it answers the specific questions you ask it. But on the other side, you have agentic AI, which is a quantum leap forward. It's a proactive collaborator. It doesn't just answer your questions, it executes entire plans to achieve your objectives. So, what does that actually mean? Well, agentic AI is all about autonomy. It can plan, it can perform multi-step reasoning, and it can go after these really complex goals without a human holding its hand every single step of the way. It's designed to think through a whole process from start to finish.
And here's a great way to think about that in practice. It's the difference between asking for a simple list based on keywords, the syntax, and tasking a virtual scout to go out and find companies that fit the spirit of your request. It understands the nuance, the real intent behind your investment thesis, and can run a complex search to find targets that truly fit. So, what does this new agentic paradigm actually look like out in the wild? Well, it looks like Synergy AI, and it's designed not as just another tool, but as a complete operating system for capital.
This image really nails the concept. Synergy AI isn't a mishmash of separate features. It's one unified operating system. The secret sauce is something called the user context vector. Think of it as the DNA of your investment thesis. It gets carried across every single module. So from sourcing all the way to compliance, the entire system is perfectly aligned with your firm's unique strategic goals. All right, let's pull this out of the abstract and see how it works in the real world. How does this AI actually think and execute from that initial investment thesis all the way to a board-ready presentation? This is boardroom mode in action. It all starts by ingesting your complex semantic thesis, going way, way beyond simple keywords. Then it moves to qualification. You can feed it unstructured data like a pitch deck or a URL, and it instantly gives you a go/no-go verdict, highlighting any red flags. And then, and this is where the magic really happens, it generates the narrative, turning all that dense analysis into a polished, board-ready story. And this is the result. This is the tangible output. The boardroom generator takes all the raw data, the financial models, the executive verdict, and it just auto-generates a comprehensive 100-plus slide confidential information memorandum. It turns data into prose. It gets rid of any risk that your Excel and your PowerPoint don't match up. And the bottom line? Partners get to focus on strategy and negotiation, not on formatting slides until 2 in the morning. Okay, so let's talk about impact. What does this all add up to in terms of efficiency? Well, it adds up to a pretty staggering number, 75%.
That's right, a 75% reduction in M&A due diligence hours. Think about that. A process that typically takes 40 grueling hours can now be compressed to just 10. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a fundamental change to the time and resources you need to get a deal across the finish line.
But this isn't just about doing things faster. The real endgame here, the long-term strategic advantage, is all about creating a proprietary data moat for your firm.
See, the really crucial thing here is that the system learns. Every single interaction, every deal you look at, every risk you flag, every deal you close, it all creates this digital exhaust. And that data doesn't just vanish. It's used to constantly retrain and sharpen your firm's own proprietary AI models.
And that is what creates your data moat. It's this compounding intelligence asset that just gets smarter and more tuned into your firm's unique way of thinking over time. Eventually, it's what lets you see the alpha, that hidden value, where your competitors just see a wall of noise.
This slide really puts it all into perspective. You see competitors out there that are basically passive systems, a secure vault for data, maybe a simple bulletin board. But Synergy AI is completely different. It's an active intelligence OS, a system that is actively thinking, learning, and executing on your behalf. It cements its position as the clear market leader.
So ultimately, it all boils down to one critical question. The strategic ground is shifting under our feet. Advantage isn't going to come from who you know anymore, but from the intelligence you command. The future of M&A is going to belong to whoever owns that intelligence layer. The only question left is, will you?